I know that people say you don't cleanse your hair shaft and you don't use sulfates. Those are two things I rebuke. I'm very excited for today because I'm going to be talking about my hair care. I've kind of touched up on hair care a lot recently. I realized like so many videos I've done over the past couple of weeks have just been about my hair. I want to talk about my things that I've done to keep my hair really healthy, right? I did this. I also have another video out, the level up your skincare routine, and this is going to be just very similar to that kind of video. This is going to be how to level up your hair care routine. I also did a video talking about how the products I just don't use in my hair, and I gave reasons as to why I don't use them in my hair. So if you're wondering about that, I do have that out as well. So feel free to watch it. I'm gonna have it somewhere in the info cards just for you guys. But we're gonna be talking today about the products I've used in my hair and the way I've formulated my own hair care routine to get the best, to make sure my hair is the healthiest, it grows, it is where I need it to be, all that, right? So if that is what you're interested in, just continue watching. First things first, shampooing and conditioning. I believe the greatest aspect of any form of your routine is cleansing. Cleansing is honestly the most important part of your routine, and it is because when you cleanse, you are stripping away whatever dirt, oil, grime that you have built up, and you're giving yourself a new canvas. Whatever you want to do with your hair once you've washed it is possible and even better absorbed and better. The results are going to be better just because you were working with a clean canvas, right? So cleansing, I think, is a really important part of your routine. I think it is the most important part. Everything can go wrong if you don't cleanse properly, right? Now, I know that people say you don't cleanse your hair shaft and you don't use sulfates. Those are two things I rebuke. And I'm gonna say that I was at one point one of those people. I didn't use sulfates in my hair, and I didn't used to cleanse my hair shaft. I used to just wash my scalp and let it run down. And I stopped doing that when I realized something. I use a lot of gel, especially during that point in time. I was using a lot of gel. I don't use it as much anymore. I still do, but not as much. And not using not using sulfates in my hair or not washing my hair strands was just a stupid idea. Who came up with that, right? And it's stupid because we had this whole debate, well, not us, but like there was this whole debate not recently, like a couple of years ago, of people who didn't wash their legs, and it was such an odd thing to think that, you know, there are people in the world who don't wash their legs, like they just wash their upper body and then just let water run down, which is stupid. You don't do that. You know, that's dirty water running down your body. It's not clean, right? Your legs aren't going to be clean if you don't wash your legs. It's the same idea with not washing your hair strands. Like any dirt that's on your scalp is just running down your hair shaft. Your hair isn't clean, right? So why would you have that same mentality? Why would you not have that same mentality towards your hair that you would have for the rest of your body, right? So I do not wash my hair strands. I 100% also don't hate sulfates. And it's not that I think they're not bad, but they are stripping. But I have this right here. I'm just gonna bring it up. I use this. I use this. This is my holy grail item. This is petrolatum. This is such a strong gripping ingredient that if I don't use it, I am going to be cleaning it off my hair for the next 10 years because it's not cleaned right. It's not properly stripped away from the strands, which I want it to be right before I do my hair again a second time or for the new week. So these are things I need to think about, and it's also coming from somebody who has really bad seborrheic dermatitis. Sulfates are there to really help get your hair as clean as it can possibly be. And I'm not talking about, I know people are in this community are like gonna be like, but it's linked to cancer and it'll cause this, and it's not. if these products were in any way point in time linked to any of these, they would be off the market. And I know if you're in America, you're like, well, the FDA doesn't do this. The FDA has a very different set of regulations than the rest of the world. If it was that bad, nobody at any point in time would be allowed to have these products in any cosmetic product at all. There has to be some formal evidence to state that this is an actual thing. None of the evidence that has been proved or produced is justifiable enough to say that this is an actual cause for this product, right? And so I personally, unless there's actual evidence in front of my face to say that this is an actual truth, I will not be fear-mongering myself or the people who watch my channel into believing that this is 100% or this is what I'm going to go with because I know that this person and that person, and that if there's no evidence to support any of these claims, I will continue to state that until I am proved wrong. And I'm waiting because I know somebody's probably going to be like, I'll show you, whatever. But like I said, cleansing is the most important part. So get yourself a good cleanser. I know I bounce between clarifying cleansers and hydrating cleansers, mostly because if I don't have any, if I'm straightening my hair, I would love a hydrating cleanser because my hair is already clean. There's nothing on it. And so I'm not stripping it of anything. But if I'm using oil, if I'm using like my Blue Magic, or if I'm using really heavy creams, I do want a clarifying cleanser to help strip my hair down. Just because I know that it has that build up and it's gonna be easier to get that off my hair, right? So those are my two types of cleansers. The only two cleansers that I ever shampoos that I ever use in my hair: clarifying shampoo and a hydrating shampoo. Those are the only two ones, and I think those are the only two ones anyone actually ever needs: a clarifying shampoo and a hydrating shampoo. And you don't have to be breaking the bank. You have Garnier, which at this point in time, Garnier just owns the drugstore. It has everything and every point in the drugstore. But you also have Aussie, which is another really good brand that produces shampoos and conditioners for hair care products for all hair types, and I love them. And if you're going to be tried and true, Tresemme is, like I said, I'm not terrified of sulfates, so I'm not gonna not say Tresemme. I don't use OGX, so I can't speak to that. I've used Maui, but I'm not a fan of just how it made my hair feel. I think it was very silicone-y, and silicones I think are a whole other ballpark. I don't think they're the same. Silicones coat your hair, and I'm not a fan of having silicones in my hair, so I stay away from that product just for the sensation that it gives me versus anything else. So I think, so that's where my thoughts lie on that. For conditioning, it's really the same thing. I think conditioners are there to hydrate, so looking for a hydrating conditioner is the end all be all. Just look for a conditioner that really does hydrate your hair, because that's what they're supposed to be doing. You don't have to purchase the conditioner for a specific shampoo. So if you buy a shampoo that is meant for, unless you have like processed hair or your hair's colored, where it's like targeted towards color maintenance, and that's very different. But if you're just regular, you don't have to just be like, well, because this is the shampoo that matches this is the conditioner that matches this shampoo, I'm gonna have to buy it. You don't. You just buy whatever shampoo you feel the need to buy. It's the same thing. It doesn't really change much. It's just a conditioner. The purpose of conditioner is to hydrate your hair. So you know, that's what I think. But I think not everybody's the same. I also know that it kind of makes a nice aesthetic look if you have the shampoo that matches the conditioner, or the conditioner that matches the shampoo, you know. So if that's what you're looking for, go right ahead. If it's an aesthetic thing, if you don't care, then it shouldn't matter. Just buy one that you know works really well for your hair, right? And once you shampoo and condition your hair, the next thing you do is moisturize. I did say I don't use leave-in conditioners, and I stand by that. Leave-in conditioners to me make no sense. So I moisturize my hair with two things. I moisturize my hair with this, and I moisturize my hair with this. So the Biossance Squalane Oil and the Pattern Beauty Styling Cream. Those are my two go-to products. I love these. These are my holy grails because this is a really good product when it comes to giving your hair natural oils that will coat the hair shaft but also enter the cuticle. And this is a really good product for not only adding really good oils but also coating the strand and hydrating it and giving it a nice protective barrier. So those are my two recommendations. I was also talking about in my last video the ORS. Is it the ORS? Yes, the ORS olive oil moisturizing cream, which is like really cheap, guys. And it's found at Asda. I think you can buy it online at Asda and then just have it shipped to your house. Which for me is a really good plus. But if you know it really depends on you. I found that out from my last video, and I'm 100% now going to find my local Asda. My home where I live, there's an Asda just down the road from me, so I'm gonna definitely go there once I head back home and try and find it. If I can't, I'm gonna go online and I'm buying it and I'm gonna pick it up in store because I will 100% be using that product. I'm gonna add it to those two to like give myself a nice cocktail because those are products that I know works for me and I know I love. Those, if you cannot afford the pad because it is quite expensive, it's £25. If you can't afford that, the ORS is a really good alternative and it is one I would 100% recommend. It's something that I've used for years, especially back home. I used it before I knew what this before Pattern came out. That's what I was repping with. Then I started using this and I'm loving it. But I would 100% go back to that because it's so much cheaper and it works just the same. One thing I would not use is squalane oil. And it doesn't have to be the Biossance one. You have squalane oil from The Ordinary as well. They have their own version. I know that like plenty of, I think they're the only brand that I know of 100% that sells squalane oil at a really good price. So I would recommend that. I don't know about the Inky List. I'm gonna have to research that. I'm gonna let you know just somewhere whether or not the Inky List does have their own. But squalane oil, those are the only two things I recommend. The ORS moisturizer, the Pattern Beauty Styling Cream, or some form of squalane oil, be the Biossance one or the Ordinary one at this point in time. Right? So that is for moisturizing. For oils, I did say I don't really like those kinds of oils, and it had nothing to do with the oils themselves. They're really good oils. It was just for me, they coat my hair strand and they make it feel really heavy and weighed down. So for me, I use this, right? So that is what I use. However, I would 100% recommend using something like castor oil or sweet jojoba oil or almond oil to coat your hair strand. Using a thicker product, a really occlusive product. Petrolatum for me is the end-all be-all ingredient. It's really good for your skin, it's really good for your hair, and it isn't comedogenic in and of itself. I think comedogenic is really very personal, and it might not be for me, but it might be for you. So it's up to you to decide whether or not it's a product that you'd want to use in your skin. But for your hair, it's a really good product. Just have, like I said, invest in your shampoo and your conditioner. Though that's where you need to start. No matter what else you use, you shouldn't have to worry about whether or not your hair is gonna be cleansed and it's gonna make it really hard to wash, as long as you have a really good shampoo and conditioner, right? With that being said, I think that's it. That's really all you need. Like, genuinely, just like with, it's just 4 things, just like with your skincare routine: cleansing, moisturizing, cleansing, conditioning, moisturizing, and sealing. That's it. Those 4 things: cleansing, conditioning, moisturizing, sealing. Because once you shampoo your hair, it's really clean. You condition your hair, you add back that hydration and seal off that cuticle in the best way possible, and then you moisturize your hair. You're adding whatever hydrating, moisturizing nutrients back into your hair that you need to probably keep that protective style or whatever style you're using for however long you need it. And then sealing, you want to seal that all off to protect it from the environment and protect it from itself, from releasing all those nutrients before you're ready to wash your hair again. That's genuinely all that you need in your hair care routine. I any styling products are not a necessity. I think we are now, as a society, kind of conditioned to believe that we need styling products in our hair. We don't. Styling products are something you use to style your hair. It's not something that you need in your routine. They're not the core basis of your routine. The core basis of your routine should be your health maintenance, not your styling. As long as you've got your health maintenance on point, it doesn't matter what styling products you use, because you're the basis or the core of your routine is really, really well foundationed. So whatever you add into that, it won't change or affect anything else. Right, for styling products, I think it's a very wide range. I think for me personally, I love gels. I don't have a really good relationship with gels, but I do like them. I think for me, it's kind of an and back and forth with certain gels. I have yet to find one that I think, I'm trying to think about it. The only one I found that I know that doesn't, it's, yeah, I haven't cleaned up yet, but the only one I found that I know works for me, but it's not really a stronghold, is the Curlsmith Hydro Style Flexi Jelly. That is the only one I found that does not weight on my hair, it does not flake on me, and it gives me a really nice curl hold. However, it's a very lightweight gel. It does actually say right here that it gives a weightless hold, and that is because it's meant to give a weightless hold. So if you're looking for something that's going to hold your hair for the entire week, that is not the gel I would recommend. I personally wouldn't use that because I find that all of those gels kind of flake on me, so I wouldn't use anything that's that thick. But for me, I like that because then I can manipulate my hair in whatever way I want for as long as I want with no problems. I don't like styling creams because I think they're really heavy and then they just coat my hair strand and they don't do anything for me. I don't like and I'm talking about like the custards kind of, well, yeah, I should take styling custards, not creams. Styling custards, or the gel, like the tub gels. I don't like those. I don't like Eco Style gel because it flakes. So like for me, styling products are like not the, I do not have good recommendations for styling products because I personally just don't have good relationships with them. I feel like I'll recommend some of my favorite YouTubers who I absolutely love for styling and talking about styling products. I'll have them linked for you guys if you care about that. But I think other than that, that's me done. It's been really fun. I wanted to get this video done, so I'm very happy that I have. And with that being said, I will see you guys in the next one. Bye guys.